Beth Phoenix is no longer under contract to the WWE and has been removed from their roster page. But could she be added to Tony Khan's roster and become All Elite? Welcome back, guys, to Fog Wrestling. Today, we're going to be looking and discussing the possibility of Beth Phoenix, aka Edge's wife, of possibly joining him in All Elite Wrestling. So this week, multiple fans, thousands of fans, whatever, sad people that spend their entire days talking about WWE, AEW. I feel like we do that sometimes, but we're here to make videos. So some people noticed, I guess, that Beth Phoenix WWE.com profile was removed from the active roster section and moved to the alumni portion of the site. Mike Johnson of PWInsider.com confirmed with multiple sources that Beth is no longer under contract to WWE. Beth last appeared on WWE television in 2023 and has not been active on WWE since her husband, Adam Copeland, signed with AEW. Now, before we address anything AEW related, Beth, her last appearance really, or the last memorable time we remember her, was teaming up with Edge to take on the Judgment Day. I thought that was like a wasted feud. I thought the potential was maybe there, and they just didn't really do it well. I mean, you talk about Beth coming back. I think if she was going to come back, that was the time. Beth versus Rhea Ripley, but they didn't do it for whatever reason. What we got was some crappy mixed tag match followed by one of the worst Hell in a Cell matches at WrestleMania. But yeah, the whole Beth and Edge thing, their last hurrah in WWE didn't work for me. Plus, you've got the fact that in the Edge is like a Hall of Famer, and Beth is just a woman that held the belt. I mean,
she's just one-man band. No, seeing you whip out red and purple kendo sticks, man, that is when it went. That was one of the worst Hell in a Cell matches ever. Getting wee staples into Finn Balor's dome. But anyway, Beth Phoenix, I mean, I also remember recently when she busted her head open during the Royal Rumble and there was just that big red splat on the back of her dome. I'm not going to pretend Beth Phoenix is awful, but I mean, does AEW need her? Yeah, I think they do. I think they need all the help they can help get in the women's division.
Fightful.com though, what are they saying about Beth? They're saying that Beth is in amazing condition and that she could likely wrestle again if that is something she wants to do. While the subject of Beth working for AEW has reportedly been brought up backstage, there is no word on if the two sides have had conversations. There is a belief that if Beth were to appear for AEW though, it would happen once Adam Copeland returns from injury. I think this makes sense. Beth Phoenix isn't going to just, or Phoenix Beth, whatever she's going to call herself, isn't just going to turn up in AEW while Edge is not there. Edge is the draw. Edge is the one here. And she might be a good addition as an add-on to Edge, but I don't see how she's going to appear without Adam Copeland being there. It doesn't make any sense. So, yeah, but Beth's voice is actually at the beginning of Copeland's theme. She says, "You think you know him," at the start of the song. Now, I actually never knew that until now, so if anyone knew that, then congratulations. But Edge, after debuting in AEW, did speak about the possibility of his wife joining him in the company in wrestling. And he says, quote, "Anytime I get to be close to Beth, obviously I'm going to be super excited about that. I don't know about the possibilities of that in the foreseeable future. I love being around her, obviously, and we've had a blast when we did get to work together. Where she will be instrumental without anyone knowing it is she is my sounding board. If you see me do something that you think worked, it was always bounced off Beth, and she always gives me better ideas back." End of quote. So that's what Edge said about his wife. I straight up think that Adam Copeland is an absolute cock. And I mean, first of all, he traded Lita for Beth Phoenix. Enough said, okay? That to me, that explains pretty much everything. But just listening to Edge here, talking about Beth, saying that she's like instrumental to his career without anybody knowing, that she is his sounding board. He says that if you see me do something that you think worked, it was always bounced off Beth. and she always gives me better ideas back. So Edge is pretty much saying here, anything good I do is because of Beth, an idea that I brought to Beth and she's made it better. But if Edge does something daft, if Edge does something dumb, if Edge does something shit, if Edge jumps off a 15-foot steel cage and breaks his legs, then that's nothing to do with Beth, because that's like a negative thing and Beth only gives him good ideas. I think Adam Copeland, I think he is a cuck the way he's getting on here. At the end of the day, Edge is a legit Hall of Famer. Guy had an amazing run in WWE. Yeah, anytime he... And I know Beth's his wife. I'm not saying he should put her down or anything like that, but you listen to him talk here as if Beth is his equal or like, better than him, has better ideas. It's like when people used to say, Russo was creative, but McMahon had to filter the ideas. That's almost what they're doing here. They're almost trying to say that Edge is at least trying to say that, here, I do have good ideas, but Beth makes them better. Here's the fucking newsflash. Edge, before he got with Beth, was so much better than the Edge we have now. In fact, you could argue ever since Edge and Beth started dating, Edge has been shit. Because I do think ever since, like, I think Edge's last great run was probably around 08, 09 when he was on SmackDown feuding with Batista, Undertaker, and you had the La Familia with the Guerreros and Edge. I think after that, man, to me, Edge did kind of suck. You look at what he done after that. The feuds with Del Rio weren't great. Anytime Edge, I think Edge was a good face, but once he turned heel as the Rated R superstar, any face turn after that absolutely just sucked, in my opinion. And the guy's career, his run in AEW, has been very lackluster. So, I mean, Edge can say that Beth always gives him better ideas. Well, how come your career was so much better than before you got with Beth? Why is that, Edge? Yeah, it just makes no sense to me. Austin, now people will say maybe Austin isn't as nice to his wife as Adam Copeland is, and that, that's fair enough. But I never recall Austin coming out and saying, "Yeah, I was a decent hand, I was a solid worker, but it was Deborah, anytime I had an idea, she made it 10 times better." I mean, Hulk Hogan never said about his 20 ex-wives, "Well, let me tell you something, brother. I had a decent idea once, brother, and I told my wife, and she made it 100 times bigger, brother. She made the pythons bigger." Vince McMahon, yeah, Linda might have helped him in terms of fucking create a family, but Linda wasn't the driving force behind WWE. Linda wasn't equally involved as Vince McMahon in creating this company. This is just weird behaviour from Edge, trying to make his wife out to be a hell of a lot better than she actually was. You look back at Beth Phoenix's career, and honestly, man, it wasn't that good. She came in dominant. Wow, she beat up Kelly and Candice Michelle. Congrats. And then fucking started having an on-screen relationship with Santino. Pretty much after that, teamed up with Natalia, and that was it. There's your career. Is Beth Phoenix even Hall of Fame worthy? I mean, she probably is nowadays because they've dropped the ball, but for me, I don't consider her a Hall of Famer. I don't consider her a legend. I just consider her Edge's wife.
Well, I think Edge considers himself Beth's husband, because you know what? I agree with what you're saying. I think there's just a trend in modern wrestling where these, like, men, you're right, it's like even CM Punk, I don't think it's as extreme as Edge here, but when you hear him speaking like press conferences, he tries to put AJ Lee over, even his fucking dog.
I would say AJ Lee's more over than Beth. I would consider AJ, I think AJ Lee had better moments and made a bigger... I think she's more memorable moments than Beth.
Yeah, but right, my point is, right,
no, I get your
regardless
point.
of how over the Spice is, I don't understand this new gimmick of men
here, Punk
belittling themselves.
Punk made it to the top before he even got with AJ Lee.
And so did Edge. Fucking, like you said, Edge's best period was way before Beth Phoenix even fucking debuted.
It's just the way he says it, oh, she's instrumental, she's my sounding board. If you see me do something that you think worked, it was always bounced off Beth. So all the good stuff Edge does is bounced off Beth, and what, all the bad stuff he does, is that bounced off fucking Christian or something? You know what I mean? Like, what?
I bounced it off Lita.
I think Lita had a lot of things bounced off her. But anyway, guys, that's it. Will Beth Phoenix...
So did Deborah.
Well, Jesus Christ. Will Beth Phoenix turn up in AEW? I mean, she might. Look, I'm not saying it would be bad, but see if she does. Can we keep her away from Adam Copeland? Because it just doesn't. It just does not work. See if you are one of the top guys. See if you're a top. And it totally works the other way about. See if, like, I think, albeit the women's division is just not as important. But see if you're like the top female, and your husband or your boyfriend's a jobber, and he starts teaming up with you. It will drag you down.
No, it will drag you down.
Look at Sonny and Chris Candido.
Oh, yeah.
I don't want to speak ill of the dead, but anytime she was with him, like she was like fucking way down the card. But when she was away from him on screen, you know, like she was becoming like one of the most popular things on the show. Look at Sable and Mark Merrill. People say, "Oh, Sable buried Mark." Just fucking all the guys. Sable was probably at that period the second most over person outside of Austin. And then you'd Mark Merrow, who was just a fucking mid-card guy at best.
All I remember him for, 95 WCW, having like a fucking 40-minute match that they restarted. I can't even remember what pay. You remember that pay-per-view?
It went 38 minutes, I think.
What was the fucking need of that?
Big Bad something, is he not called? Or Big something? I don't know.
Big fucking shite, me, I like. But anyway, Beth Phoenix.
Bad Boy Jimmy or something. I can't remember what his name was in WCW. Anyway,
you're right.
It was against Brian Pillman.
Right,
sure, but I can't remember his name.
Dead guy.
Well, yeah, but look, see, for me, it's like it just doesn't work. Like, see, when Edge and Lita were together, that worked because fucking both were at the top of the divisions.
Yeah, but why can't Edge just be with Beth and he's like, oh, you know what? She keeps me right at home, sort of thing. I don't know what I'd do without her. All generic stuff. Not, yeah, that'd be a fucking jobber if it wasn't for Beth.
Yeah, I just don't get it. Weird for Edge. But anyway, guys, let us know your thoughts down below. Beth Phoenix no longer with WWE. Will she appear in AEW? I mean, I'm sure Tony Khan's sniffing around. He'll be getting the
plastic.
He'll be getting the blank checkbook out, and he'll be saying, "Here, add as many zeros as you want." Anyway, you think you know me? You think you know Fog Wrestling? Well, hit the subscribe button and get to know us even more. We'll catch you in the next one. Till then, peace.